So the first thing we want to do is condition the backing clay. After we condition it with our fingers, we want to use the acrylic roller. So once you have it rolled up to a nice thin layer, kind of like pizza dough, it should look around like this. And then I'm going to take the pen tube size cutter and lightly stamp towards the center. This is so that I can know where to lay the cane slices. Don't want to press all the way through just yet. Alrighty, now time to cut some canes. I decided to use the stained glass clay for this. So when you're done, you should have, whatever sort of pattern you wanted to have with it. I decided to cover the whole space up with slices. Some of them may be too thick. But next we want to do is cover it up with some wax paper and roll it all flat and even. Now you can see the pattern is all evened out. It's kind of wild, to be honest. I mean, this is my first pen. But I think it might look pretty interesting still when it's on the pen barrel. I'm just flattening out a little bit more. It's kind of trippy. I'm not sure, but I may have my base layer a little bit too thick still, but hopefully it should still work. Now you want to get back to your cutter and cut out where you want it. I think this will be interesting. Now peel away the clay we don't want. So now what I'm going to do is trim it up to the size of the barrel. And using the knife you should be able to easily lift the clay off. Now it's time to wrap this around the barrel. Next up, I'm just closing up the seam with my finger, connecting it better. I'm kind of pushing the clay around so that the pattern comes more naturally looking, which it seems to be working. And then what I want to do is roll it gently with my hand. Alright, so you want to make sure to use the palm of your hand so that you don't create any creases with your fingers. Next up, we're going to trim the barrel ends. Now it is time to put the pen onto the mandrel. Now we are ready to bake this at 275 in the oven. So what I'm going to do now is test out the thermometer it came with. I did find out it is magnetic, but the way it has a stand already, you shouldn't need it to be magnetic. You just rest it down. So I'll place it in here. The oven's already preheated, so it's already hot. Once it reads 275 on the thermometer, I'll put the mandrel in with the clay. So the oven is preheated now. Temperature gauge shows 275. I even put an extra one there for just to be safe. Now to leave this in for 30 minutes. So now I'm going to sand the clay. I very easily put the mandrel that the kit came with into my adjustable pen mandrel, and it tightened up just as a normal mandrel would. I was afraid that it might not fit because they're different brands and whatnot, but it fit just right, and it's nice and tight, so I'm ready to start sanding. So assembly for this pen is fairly simple. It's a twist style. There's no pen pressing needed for the kits that came with this set. Well, that's it for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making my first clay pen. I highly recommend the Penn State Industries PolyClay starter set. It came with everything that I needed and very detailed instructions, so I didn't have any lingering questions of how to do this or that. Also, there's even online instruction on their YouTube channel of how to make a clay pen. I could see limitless possibilities with this, and I know that I could eventually learn to make my own clay canes or purchase them from other sellers online that make their own. So you could just come up with like almost limitless styles of pens for this. And another great thing about it, that my kit came with a non-press needed pen kit. So this was the executive style pen, but everything was twist on. I didn't need a pen press to do it. So for people just starting out into pens and they're just going to start with clay, this is very great to have this style of kit. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and leave a comment down below. Let me know if some projects you'd like to see or just your thoughts in general, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.